Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Ron is right here, everyone. Thank you for joining me for more SPTV, where every day is a great day not to be in a cult. And every day is one step closer to the total collapse of Scientology, which is what we are witnessing in real time. The title of this video is The Total Collapse of Scientology. Not even Tom Cruise can help. Ironically, I did a video with pretty much the same title, the same subject, and specifically about what's happening with Scientology in Austin, Texas, a couple months ago. And I just felt that we needed to revisit the conversation a little bit. This is a bit of a follow-up to the 5 videos that I uploaded. Not my videos, leaked videos. By the way, a heartfelt thank you to the undercover, under-the-radar Austin staff member, Austin Scientology staff member who's been sending me a bunch of information. I've been holding this information back for a few months because in order to make it a little less obvious. We were hoping that even more videos were going to leak. We're going to become available, but the availability of the videos started to trickle down, so we figured might as well publish the videos now. I published today. I uploaded 5 excerpts of 5 leaked videos from the Church of Scientology of Austin, videos created by staff members at the Austin org. These videos provide an unbelievable glimpse into the true state of affairs of Scientology in Austin, Texas. And the reason why it's so interesting to focus on Austin, Texas, and so appropriate is that the premises, the Austin, Texas org, the Scientology organization in Austin, Texas, is one of the #1 prime locations of any Scientology organization in the world. In fact, I believe L. Ron Hubbard himself directed that this specific building in this specific location be purchased. The Austin org has had this building, this main building, for decades and decades and decades. Obviously, LRH died in 1986. And so what I'm trying to keep my thoughts organized here. The Church of Scientology Austin has had the most prime location of any Scientology organization for a couple generations now. And in these leaked videos, it was revealed that as recently as 2020, the Scientology organization in Austin had as few as 7 staff members. 7 staff members. That's unheard of. Now you might go, okay, well, 3 years ago, that was during the pandemic. That was during the lockdowns. Everything was shut down. Yes, Scientology orgs were shut down. Staff members were not dismissed, furloughed, fired, let go, permitted to terminate their contracts. No, sir, that's not how Scientology works. It doesn't matter if the org was closed or had a skeleton crew. The fact is they only had 7 staff members. Okay, so I'm talking about this big, giant, perfect property that Scientology has. So they've had this property for decades and decades and decades, 2 or 3 generations now. But David Miscavige implemented what Scientologists call the ideal organization strategy. Now, as a part of this strategy, the Austin org had to move out of their amazing, perfectly located building. They had to move into a piece of crap, rundown strip mall several miles away. By the way, paying an exorbitant amount of rent, a place that has absolutely no foot traffic. They had to move out of their building while they had to raise and then spend tens of millions of dollars to renovate their existing premises. The renovations on that property finished years ago, and the Austin organization has not been permitted to move back into their building, because David Miscavige has said, no. In order to occupy the new building, you have to have at least 150 staff on the day shift and the night shift before we'll even allow you to occupy this building again. And then they lowered that bar to 100 staff for the day and 100 staff for the evenings and weekends shift. And then they lowered the bar to 75 staff members, 75 for the day, 75 for the nights and weekends shift. For years and years and years, the Austin organization has been trying to recruit enough staff members to be allowed to reoccupy the amazing, beautifully, perfectly located building that they have right across the street from University of Texas in downtown Austin, somewhere around like 22nd and Guadalupe or something like that. And the videos that I published today, in one of those videos, you have the poor staff member in charge of recruitment basically begging begging Scientologists in Austin to please join staff. In another one of the videos, the staff member accidentally admitted that there's only 120 or less Scientologists in all of Austin, Texas. Now, I say this like I'm shocked. I'm not shocked. These are the numbers I've been talking about for years. I'm shocked he said it out loud. But you see, here's the thing. To a Scientologist, it's not actually crazy to admit those numbers to another Scientologist. Staff members know what the numbers are. It's actually not crazy, but it's crazy because Scientology keeps telling the world there's millions and millions and millions of Scientologists. Just last week, a Scientology Sea Org member on Hollywood Boulevard was caught on a recording saying to one of the TikTok crew, the TikTok army, Chris without a Hellcat, he said, and he meant it. You could tell this guy believed this. He said there's 30 million Scientologists in the world. He said that. Guys, there's less than 30,000 on the entire planet. Can you imagine? Less than 30,000 Scientologists in the entire Galactic Federation, you guys. Okay. Now, the title of this video is Not Even Tom Cruise Can Help. What the hell does Tom Cruise have to do with this? Guys, we've all seen the hilarious video where Tom Cruise is presented with his dinner plate of an award called the IAS Freedom Medal of Valor. That was back in about 2004. Guys, when Tom Cruise was given that award, I was still in Scientology at the time. I was actually still in the Sea Organization at that time. We thought Tom Cruise was about to usher us into a period of galactic expansion for Scientology. I mean, this was just before Tom Cruise did his whole Matt Lauer thing. He did his Oprah Winfrey thing. He did his whole thingy thing. He went from being serious, respected Tom Cruise to being a clown show, but of a joke Tom Cruise. But Scientologists didn't see it that way. Scientologists saw it as Tom Cruise coming up tone, becoming more extroverted, becoming more overt, becoming more of a Scientologist. And we thought Tom Cruise was this inexorable force that was going to usher Scientology into mainstream acceptance. Everyone in Hollywood was going to jump on board. Everyone in the media was going to jump on board. Everyone in the world was going to jump on board. That was 20 freaking years ago. And Scientology is smaller today. In every single city where Scientology has an organization, those organizations are smaller today than they were 20 years ago when we were all, when the Scientologists, and I was one of them at the time, were basically promised by Tom Cruise that he was going to be leading the charge to help us clean up this mess, is exactly how he put it from the stage. And then he aggressively saluted L. Ron Hubbard. Hip, hip, hooray. 3 cheers, sir. So you have Austin, Texas, a city where, by all statistical measurements, Scientologically speaking, should be one of the largest Scientology organizations in the world. They have less than 120, 150 Scientologists in the entire greater Austin metropolitan area. They can't even find enough Scientologists to convince to join staff so that they can open up their new building. And what people they are able to convince to join staff, they don't even have enough staff members to service those staff members. And you might go, what the hell does that mean? Well, I just want to show you one little thing here. This is a small little thing, but it's a thing. This is a Facebook post from, well, it says 24 minutes ago. It was literally from about an hour ago. This is from a Scientology staff member in Austin, Texas. And this is in a Facebook group for other Austin Scientologists. We need your help. These staff members need a full uniform. So I'll just show you who we're talking about. So we see a bunch of partially dressed young staff members. These people are definitely not appropriately dressed to be on post at the org. I don't know. Some of them are in short sleeves. Some of them are in no uniform shirts. Some of them are, wow. Okay. We have an eclectic, partially dressed crew here. These staff members need a full uniform. Every staff member will get a bag with their complete uniform in it. What is needed now? People to set up the bag. What? So like they're desperately trying to convince Scientologists from all over the world to fly to Austin and join staff so that they can open up the new building. And yet they don't even have enough staff on staff to service the new people they're trying to bring onto staff. They have to go on Facebook and beg volunteers to help assemble the bags that simply have the clothes in them that the staff members are supposed to wear to show up to do their jobs. Every staff member will get a bag with their complete uniform in it. What is needed now? People to set up the bag, attach the name, find all parts of their uniform that has their name on it, and put it in their bag. Not hard. Well, the fact that it's not hard is what makes it confusing as to why you have to put up a post on Facebook begging for someone to help do the work. It seems like the easiest, simplest, fastest thing you could possibly do. And the implication here is you don't even have the staff to do that. It's just weird. Okay. All under the direction of our amazing uniform in charge, Sarni. Please comment or DM me for more info now. Now, this Facebook post actually had some comments underneath it that from Scientologists who I happen to know that were like, I'm sorry, I'm confused. What is it you're asking for? Oh, guys. This is an international human trafficking cult with over $3 billion in reserves. The building that they are about to reoccupy is worth no less than $25 million. And they have to put up a post on Facebook begging, can someone please help us prepare the clothes that the staff members are supposed to wear? Oh, there's so many things I could say about this. I feel like some of them are obvious. Sometimes someone just needs to say the things that are obvious. Like, if you're still a Scientologist who's inside the bubble, do you really think that what you see unfolding in front of you with this failed ideal org strategy, do you really think that this is something that is a reflection of honest to God organizational expansion, proper leadership, proper planning, proper execution? Guys, you want to talk about execution? This building was supposed to have its grand opening today, the 13th. It was supposed to happen today. In this Facebook group, the staff members were privately telling people that the grand opening was going to happen today. They were still waiting on the permits to be approved and all this kind of stuff. And then they said, but they were only privately announcing it because there had still been no public announcement that they were going to have a ribbon yanking ceremony. You want to talk about horrible planning? Scientology, David Miscavige, has had 20 years to prepare for the opening of this building, and they can't even figure out when it's going to be. They still don't have the org fully staffed. I mean, it's a complete debacle. And again, I only pick on Austin. It would be easy to pick on any other organization in the world. I mean, the organization that I was most affiliated with for the longest amount of time is the one in downtown Philly on 13th and Race. It's been there for generations. It is one of the tiniest, smallest failing Scientology orgs right now. And I could pick on that org. But the fact is, Austin, Scientology doesn't have a giant $25 million building that it's been in for generations. The org in downtown Philly is a pretty small organization. It used to have a ton of foot traffic. Then a new convention center was built across the street, and you'd think it would have a lot of foot traffic, but it just doesn't have as much foot traffic as it used to. You know what does have a lot of foot traffic? The University of Texas. And it's got the demographic that Scientology most desperately wants. A young... I might make him. Scientology definitely wants him young, but does it really want him educated? Does Scientology really succeed these days in recruiting college age young adults? Maybe back in the day that it did. The truth is they don't have success in that demographic today, but I can promise you this. It is the demographic they want the most, whether they can get it or not. And so picking on Austin makes sense to me because it really should be the crown jewel of Scientology organizations in the United States, if not the world. And to see these guys begging to have enough people join staff so they can just please, for the love of Xenu, reoccupy their building Guys, it's just the perfect little microcosm example that is what's happening in Austin is happening everywhere else in the world where Scientology has organizations. And what ends up happening is they convince Scientologists from all over the US and from all over the world, actually, to fly. That what's going to happen? They're going to convince a bunch of people to fly to Austin. Don't worry, we're going to get you a place to live. We're going to get you a job. You're going to make real money. It's going to be great. It's going to succeed. It's the whole org's going to boom. Everyone's going to make bank, and everyone comes. They manage to scrape by where they almost have enough staff to open the building, so they'll open it anyway. And then David Miscavige will come. He'll do the ribbon yanking. He'll leave. And within 3 months, half the staff are gone. Because there is no way to find a place for these people to live, because there is no money. The money in Scientology comes in and it goes up. It does not come down or out. Yes, if David Miscavige was really taking this ideal org strategy seriously, and if there really was an OT 9 and 10, and if he really was trying to release OT 9 and 10, he would take some of those billions and he would buy a big apartment building for all the staff to live in, and Scientology would pay for all of the living accommodations, and he would make sure that the Scientology staff members were actually paid a living wage, and if their accommodations were paid for, that living wage would be much lower than you would think. Scientology has all the money that it needs to execute the strategy that it claims is the strategy that will result in releasing OT 9 and 10. The Scientologists that are still stuck in the bubble have got to, please, I beg you guys, for the love of Xenu, open your eyes and realize all of Scientology has now become a real estate and fundraising scam. And you guys are the ones falling for it. You guys are the marks. You guys are the suckers. It really does break my heart that people are still going bankrupt financially supporting what is they think they're saving the world. All they're doing is enriching David Miscavige. It really is sad. And yeah. Anyway, I've spent all day uploading and editing and uploading these 5 really short video clips. And I know, once you do a certain number of videos in a day, YouTube stops sending out notifications. So I don't know how many of you have seen the videos that I uploaded, but guys, please watch them. They're short. There's 5 of them. You can find them in my videos tab on my channel. It really is an amazing glimpse into the world of Scientology. You hear us describe these things sometimes, but to see it, to hear the words from their own mouths, to hear them using the language, the way you hear some of us use the language with each other sometimes in our videos, I think you're going to you're going to laugh your ass off when you see these videos. So please check them out. There is more to come from me this evening. You're going to have to wait to find out what that is, but more to come this evening, guys. And it will be a live stream. A nice little teaser for next week. Have any of you guys seen this guy, Brother Bilal, who worked for Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith for a long time? And he's been making the rounds on some of the biggest shows out there, blowing the whistle on Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith Shakur, and Scientology. Well, me and Brother Bilal are going to be doing a chat on this channel next week. So I am so excited for that. Stay tuned for that. Okay, guys, that is it for now. I'll be back with you very, very shortly. So again, like I said, YouTube might have stopped pushing out notifications from my channel for the day. So check back in about an hour. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you to everyone who watches until the very end, and I'll talk to you very soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside